Hello everyone and welcome to Empire Updates. I'm here with the Miss Universe Singapore representative, Bernadette Belle. How are you doing today?
I'm feeling great, thanks.
Feeling great.
Yeah, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing mighty well, thank you for asking. But
Awesome.
I heard this is your first time in Miami, right?
This is my first time here and definitely a lot warmer than I expected.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm a tropical girl. I grew up in the Philippines,
Cool.
I grew up in Singapore, and it's
Yeah.
always warm. I didn't realize I was gonna be this warm,
Yeah.
if not a little bit more. So yeah, the heat is nice, it's familiar.
What's some of the things you've seen around here that was perhaps like a culture shock for you?
Culture shock. You know, honestly, I haven't really gone out too often because I just arrived 2 days ago and it was in the evening. So I really didn't spend as much time as I wanted to. And also because, you know, it's like social distancing and making sure that you're not really in close contact with people during or even before you do your registration. So I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm seeing everything for the first time too.
Yeah.
So what sort of foods have you tried here in Miami that you liked?
Okay, so I've had a lot of sushi here, but it's
Sushi.
really interesting. It's not really like Japanese, Asian sushi. It's more fusion sushi.
So for this pageant, what would you say is your lucky charm when bringing to this?
I mean, it's really interesting because a lot of people bring their suitcases with clothes and accessories and bags, which I do admittedly have, but I guess I did bring a couple extra more. So I brought an essence bowl.
Interesting.
And
okay.
I've got essence oils just to calm me down.
Oh, okay.
Just to kind of create the atmosphere and make sure that, you know, you're walking into a space and it's gonna make you relax even further.
Okay.
So yeah, I brought that, and then I bought a bunch of matcha as well, and
Oh, matcha's
my little
great.
matcha like whisk.
Okay, so you.
So just other stuff, yeah.
So with the senses and the smells that you have, is that a cultural thing back in Singapore?
I wouldn't say it's a cultural thing,
Okay.
but I definitely picked up yoga just as I was preparing for Miss Universe, and it was a really great way to just center
nice.
myself. Yeah, and the whole spiritual aspect of it, and just awakening all your senses is something that I really subscribe to.
Cool. And
Yeah.
speaking of preparations, what other things have you prepared for this pageant coming up?
Well, as we're doing the interview, I'm actually in the midst of preparing my training with Sir Jonas. And yeah, I think just being able to wrap up my catwalk training and doing my Q&A, I think those two things are the ones that's really getting to me, but we'll get there.
Oh, I'm sure you do
We'll
great.
get there.
So how do you feel about meeting the other candidates?
Yeah, so that's a really interesting question because I actually started a series called Universe, and I reached out to a couple of my fellow Miss Universe sisters even before we actually went out to Miami. It was in the beginning of 2021.
Cool.
And I spoke to Miss Iceland, Jamaica, Japan, Indonesia. So we're all good friends now, and I cannot wait to actually meet them in a physical space.
Well, I'm sure it must have been very exciting and interesting to meet people from all around the world.
Oh my gosh, it blows my mind, honestly, to
Sure,
be able to tap into everybody from all over the world. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Different culture stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're really looking forward to seeing you on stage. We're really excited. Before we go, do you want to say one last message to your fans? The stage is yours right now.
Hi guys, thank you so much for all your support so far. It has been overwhelming and I really appreciate it. And if you could vote for me and support my journey even further, please go to the Miss Universe app and check out Singapore in one of the delegates section. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. It's nice to meet you, Belle.
Yeah, it was so nice to meet you. Such a pleasure.